where are we going?
Welcome friends, regular listeners and newcomers to the program. This is Red Ice Creations Radio. My name is Henrik Palmgren and we are recording from the west coast of Sweden. You can hear us every Thursday and Sunday through our website RedIceCreations.com. Don't forget to follow along in our news section, and for you guys who want to have full access to Red Ice Creations Radio, don't miss out on our subscriber section. All information is available on RedIceCreations.com. Today we have a very interesting program lined up for you. We have with us on the line Semir Osmanagić, and who first discovered the Bosnian pyramid, and he is now the guiding person behind the project of excavating the Bosnian pyramid. And I guess most of you out there tuning in have heard about the Bosnian pyramid before, and I at least don't know the entire background story, what has happened since the discovery was announced a while back, so it's going to be very interesting to hear more from Semir himself about how it all got started, what has been going on down there since, and how things are progressing now. I also want to mention the website that you should take a look at right away. It's bosnianpyramid.com if you want to follow along during the show here today. So let's say welcome to the program, Semir. Thank you so much for taking the time off in your busy schedule to talk with us today.
Well, I thank you for your interest, and I hope that the listeners are going to have a very pleasant time with us, and they're going to hear a lot of exciting news from our discovery.
Sounds very interesting, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's excellent to have you here, so thank you again for coming on. And as usual, I guess, when we have a new guest on the show and a new story, as it were, it's always interesting to hear a little bit about the background of you, of course, and also, of course, how the discovery of this itself came about. So if you will, tell us a little bit about yourself and the discovery.
Yes, definitely. I'm 47 years old. I was born in Bosnia, and I've been living in the United States, in Houston, for the last 17 years. I'm running the business over there, so through my business I fund my research, book writing, and this new discovery in Bosnia. As far as my education, I got several college diplomas, BC in economics, BC in political sciences. I had training in sociology, I had my master's, and finally my PhD is in the history of civilizations. More precisely, I wrote my PhD about the Mayan civilization in Central American countries. I visited a lot of ruins of Mayas from Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Salvador, Belize, but also I've written about 10 books about the ancient civilizations from Peru to Pacific, Africa, Asia, North America. Now, a couple of years ago, I came to central Bosnian town called Visoko. It's about 25 kilometers from the capital of Sarajevo. And I noticed a couple of peculiar hills. They had the perfect geometry of the pyramids. When I put the compass to it, I noticed that the four sides of the hills are perfectly aligned with the cardinal points, east, west, north, south. And based on my experience with the pyramids in the world, and I have seen hundreds of them, I knew immediately that these are not natural hills, but man-made objects covered by soil and vegetation. It was 2 years ago in April of 2005. So I decided to fund myself the first geological surveys. And what I found out was that on those two hills there existed a bunch of blocks and plates shaped by man. Then we applied a lot of high-tech techniques like satellite imagery, thermal analysis, radar analysis, topographic surveys, and each one of them confirmed that really the man-made objects, huge, colossal structures made of stone, do exist under the layers of soil. So finally, in April of 2006, we started the biggest geoarchaeological project in the world. Last year only, we spent more than 150,000 working hours digging and excavating on those couple of hills. We call them now the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun and the Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon. And what we are finding there are huge stone structures. In the case of Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, we are finding huge megalithic blocks. They are 7, 8, or 10 tons in weight. In the case of the Moon Pyramid, we are finding the complex of terraces built out of the sandstone plates and blocks. And finally, we got the complex network of underground tunnels that connect all the pyramids. And we have a total of 5 objects in the valley, which we call the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids. So really, we have all the elements, like other pyramidal complexes. We have perfect geometry, we have perfect alignment with the cardinal points, we have 4 triangular sides, we have network of the tunnels, and I must say, even though we are at the beginning of our research, that what we are finding is truly exciting. And the last year only, we had more than 250,000 visitors and tourists who came to see what we are researching here in the central Bosnia.
Wow, what a story, eh? Yeah, so, okay, the first thing that surprised me, of course, is that you say that there are several pyramids down there. I only heard of, one, as it were, I guess what is called as the Pyramid of the Sun, but in regards to, relations to each other, even in regards to size and so forth, is what you call Pyramid of the Sun the largest one, and how are the other ones oriented in comparison to the larger one?
Yes. Now, we have a total of 5 structures. Of course, the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun is the biggest. Actually, it's the largest pyramid ever built on the face of the planet, with its height of over 220 meters. Let me remind you that the Khufu, the Great Pyramid of Egypt, is about 147 meters high. So this one is much higher. Bosnian Pyramid of the Moon, with its height of 190 meters, is also higher than the Khufu Pyramid in Egypt. Now, the way we discovered other pyramids were through the satellite technology. Namely, we have screened the whole area of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we had a set of 3 criteria. With all computer, find us the hills that have 4 sides. Secondly, that those 4 sides needs to correspond with the cardinal points, east, west, north, and south. And at least 2 out of 4 sides should be perfect triangles. And we found a total of 9 pyramidal hills in Bosnia, 5 of them being located in the Visoko Valley, which we later called the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids. The interesting thing about the 3 main pyramids, the Sun, the Moon, and the Dragon, is that when you connect the tops of those 3 pyramids, you are getting the perfect triangle with the 60 degrees on inner angles. Now, what is the possibility that anywhere on the planet you have 3 hills, the perfect geometry of the pyramid, the perfect alignment with the cardinal points, and that they form the perfect triangle? Probably 0%. So what we have here, we have the ancient architects who designed the pyramids before they built them. And then they perfectly executed the plan of building them. And we know that the whole valley was paved at one time in the past. And especially exciting was our discovery of the network of underground tunnels. For the last 6 months, winter and spring of 2007, we've been cleaning those tunnels, and we are finding the whole maze, the labyrinth of those tunnels, most of them being filled with the material which was brought from the outside, and then they put some walls to cover a lot of those side tunnels or side passageways.
Mm-hmm.
So we have mystery after mystery in the central Bosnia.